If you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn education. I'm Quindell Evans, and welcome to the BluePoetTree podcast. The word blue, the word poet, the word tree. Blue is the color of dream, imagination, everything in between. Poet is the orator inscribed with the power to open the eye. Tree is the seed that branches off and leaves and grows wherever it goes. BluePoetTree.com. Blue Poetry on the gram. Follow me. Let's go. Once again, this is the BluePoetTree podcast. You feel me them? This is where we discuss the habits that it takes to create a successful life, and also the habits that it takes to break through and overcome a stressful life. One more time, the Blue Poetry podcast is where we discuss the habits that it takes to create a successful life and the habits that it takes to break through and overcome a stressful life. You feel me them? So what we're going to do is today, we're going to talk about having clear goals and how clear goals is correlative to how we function. The clearer our goals are, the more we function with self-control. The more clear our goals, the more self-control we have. Clear goals equals a clearer game plan. You feel me? First, we're going to start off with the pledge. Then we're going to share this affirmation about having clear goals. And then I'll let y'all hear a little song, that I'll share a song with y'all, you feel me them? But I just want to say that I appreciate every one of the listeners, every one of the viewers, every one of the people who's been giving me feedback and let me know how much they appreciate the Blue Poetry podcast. It's growing. It's growing steadily. And I appreciate everyone who's tuning in and listening, Much love to you. Hope you guys are, appreciating it as much as I'm appreciating you, because I definitely, feel like this is helping me express myself and actually focus in on certain things that's allowing me to actually focus on my success habits, like what the Blue Poetry podcast is for. I feel like this is really what it's doing. And I hope that it's doing the same for you. With that being said, let's get started with this pledge. I want to be what I can be, to be proud, healthy, and free. I want to say what I know to help my brothers and sisters grow. I want to feel good about me and blame no one for my misery, 'cause I'll be strong and turn it around. I want to go up, I'm not going down. I want to do what I can do to make all my dreams come true. Remember my past, the good and bad, how I made it art, even when it was sad. I want to share whatever my gift, and when you're feeling low, I give you a lift. I want to live without fear and know that I'm blessed for being here. Just know that you're blessed for being here. Know that we're blessed for being here. Just know that we're blessed. You feel me? That's the pledge. I like to call it the affirmation pledge, invented and created by Abiodun Oyewole, the creator of the last poets. So now let's get on to this affirmation. Now that we've said a pledge of affirmations, this affirmation specifically, which is about clear goals and how it affects how we function. Our goals affects how we function. You feel me? The affirmation goes like this: the more certain and clearer I make my goals, the better I am at practicing self-control. Once again, the more clearer I make my goals, the better I am at practicing self-control. One more time. The more certain and clearer I make my goals, the better I am at practicing self-control. Our goals and desires have a correlative effect on how we function. Our goals and desires have a correlative effect on how we function. If our goals and desires are rocky, like one day we want something and then the next day we don't want it, one day we want something and the next day we want something else, our actions are going to reflect that. That's called a lack of discipline. We're not disciplined. We're not consistent on how we are acting. So if our goals are more certain and clear, if our goals are more certain and clear, if our goals are consistent, if we're consistently striving to achieve a specific goal, then we'll consistently act accordingly. Our goals and desires have a correlative effect on how we function. So, for example, someone who doesn't know what they want may have less self-control, and may be easily influenced by others who do know what they want, who are in who are more in control of themselves. They say if you can control yourself, you can control others who don't know how to control themselves. You feel me? That's why there are business owners and employees. That's why there are people who own and create things and people who work for the people who own and create things. It's because the person who owns and creates it has the vision, has the self-control, and the person who is working for that person it's a general statement, may have less self-control, doesn't have the capacity to control themselves in ways that allows them to create this thing that they're working for, but we all have the same opportunities in this world. Generally, of course, people are given in their lives plenty of opportunities that other people may not have had. Some people are born in a certain time period that makes them that allows them to be exposed to opportunities that the next generation may not be exposed to. Some people are born in this generation are exposed to opportunities that the last generation haven't been exposed to. So not everyone has the same opportunities, but we all kind of have access to the same opportunities. And when we see these opportunities, and focus in on how we want to tackle these opportunities, how we want to pursue these opportunities, how we want to achieve these opportunities, and we are certain about it and clear about clear just simply about that. Clearly, we simply want it. It's a simple thing to want something. I just want it, and that's it. Sometimes we don't always have to know how it's going to work, but just focusing on it and just going after with all we do know will allow us to learn and grow and allow our actions to reflect that. If we want something, if you want to be a CEO, if you want to own your own company, if you want to create a business that can employ people and help people feed their families, you may not know how in the moment, but just seeing it, just visualizing it, just wanting it enough can allow you to practice the self-control that's going to allow you to learn how. That's going to allow you to network with the people that's going to help you, allow you to seek mentorship, or allow you to research what you have to do to put this business in place, to put this idea in place, to put this goal in place. You feel me? Our goals, when they're more certain, our actions are more certain. So someone who doesn't know exactly what they want are more volatile. They're up and down with how they acting. They're up and down. There's a lack of self-control. Someone who doesn't believe in themselves, but they kind of want things, or maybe they have wanted things before. They might have gave up on life, and they might have gave up on wanting anything because they feel like it's no point of achieving something. It's just a waste of time. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't even see the point of trying to do that. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change the world. It's not going to change how this is happening. It's not going to change what's going on with my family. It's not going to change what's going on. It's not going to change all the ways I've been hurt in the past. So whatever it is, someone who doesn't believe in themselves, someone who gave up on life and doesn't want anything at all, probably has the least amount of self-control, probably have no self-control at all. You feel me? These are the type of people who may feel like life is working against them. These are the type of people who feel like things just never work in their favor. These are the type of people who feel like trouble and bad things followed them. It's because they gave up control to an external source, an external force such as life. Oh, life is just not working in my favor, or today is going to be a bad day. How can the day be bad? How can the day be bad? How can the day be good? How can a day be anything other than the day? It's us who's bad. It's us who's good. It's us who's perceiving the day as bad or good. There's no such thing as a bad day. There's no such thing as a good day. It's us who's enjoying the day or not enjoying the day. Simple as that. The day is the day. Are you going to enjoy it or are you not going to enjoy it? Are you going to have a good time today or are you going to have a bad time today? Are you going to experience good things today or are you going to experience bad things today? It's up to you what you want to experience. There are things that may come your way that may be considered bad. There are things that will come your way that may be considered good, that may be considered opportunities, that may be considered good opportunities, that may be considered bad circumstances. But it's up to you to perceive it as a good day or a bad day. That's why I share these affirmations. Because if I am certain and I can see clearly that today I'm going to enjoy it, then there's no bad thing that can happen today that's going to ruin how I perceive the day. If something negative happens today, I can still say today was a good day. I can still say I enjoyed myself today. Of course, there are days we're going to get some news, something's negative is going to happen, somebody passes in our family or a friend that can literally take away the joy from our experience, that can literally lower how we, lower the, that can literally just deplete our energy in the day. And that is okay. We're going to have those days. But if we get back to the goal and keep our minds on enjoying ourselves, keep our minds on achieving our goals, we'll grieve. We're going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. It's going to take a mental capacity that is large, so that we can get back to being positive, get back to achieving these goals. And that's how most of us who succeed go about it, go about having a good time, go about having good experiences, is because we are clear that's what we want. It is clear that that is what we want. It is certain that that is what we want. So we call on our strength in times where we need it the most. We call on our self-control in times that we need it the most. You gotta have self-control when something bad happens to you. Something bad happens to someone in your life. You gotta control yourself. You feel me? And that comes with having a clear goal. If you don't know what you want to do, you'll become a victim of chance, a victim of other people's goals. You know what I'm saying? Of other, you might become a victor. Somebody might present you with an opportunity. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and this person came along with an opportunity I couldn't say no to. Great. And it works out for you. And that's good too. But when we want something great for ourselves, it's up to us to take the responsibility in our lives. I'm not just going to allow life to control me. I'm not just going to allow life to beat me up. I'm not going to allow life to provide everything that I need. In a way, sometimes we do have to let go and allow life to give us what we need. Sometimes we, I don't know if people believe in law of attraction and stuff like that, and we just let go and just know that the universe is working in our favor. That's good. But that still requires us to believe it. That still requires us to see that. That still requires us to be certain about the universe working in our favor. So either way, it's on us. Because if the universe is working in your favor, and you know that, then that means that's your knowledge of knowing that is the power. That is the self-control right there. You feel me? It's not just like good luck. I don't know why things are happening in my favor. Maybe that is it. But it's still you and how you are perceiving the world. So if you're perceiving life as working in your favor, you good. You're a step ahead of the game. But we don't have to play victim like life is beating us up and life is doing things that's not allowing us to get to our goals. No. What is your goal? If we knew what our goals was, if we were certain about what we really wanted, if we would see it more clearly. We would have more self-control, meaning we would have more faith. We would believe in ourselves more and take care of ourselves and take responsibility and accountability for getting to our goals, you feel me? So having self-control is being responsible for our life, for our destiny, for our goals. Having self-control is being responsible. If I have $200, that's all I got. But I'm certain that I want. I don't just want it, but I'm certain I want it. Like it's not just like, it would be cool if I did have $1,000. No, I'm certain that I want $1,000, and I can actually see me having $1,000. Because there'd probably be more I can do, or whatever it is, whatever reason I want to have this 1,000. But regardless, if I have 200 and I'm certain that I want 1,000, and I can actually see me having this $1,000, then I'll probably be more in control of what I do with this 200. I'll probably monitor this 200 a little better. That is what being certain and clear about your goals allows you to do. If I have 200 and I want 1,000, I'm certain that I want 1,000, I'm more in control of this 200. I can't just spend it without thinking twice. I can, but I don't want to because I'm in control of how I'm managing this money, because I want it to grow into 1,000. So I am carefully and responsibly monitoring how I spend and save and invest and grow my 200 to 1,000. I'm careful about what I'm doing with this 200. You feel me? That's what I mean. If I'm certain about my goals, if I'm clear about it, I'm gonna have more self-control. If we playing a game to win, if I'm playing a game to win, if I'm it don't matter what sport it is, if I'm playing a game to win, then I'm more likely to strategize. I'm more likely to practice. I'm more likely to have a game plan compared to just playing a play. Like this is just recreational. This is just leisure. This is just extracurricular. I'm just playing to play to pass time. But if you playing to win, you got a game plan. You ain't coming just to play. You coming to put your all in. You coming to practice that play y'all practice. You coming to, you feel me? So when we playing to win, we coming with a game plan. That game plan is the self-control. That game plan is being in control of the game. If I'm in control of the game, I'm winning. If I'm fighting, I'm a boxer, I want to be in control of the fight. I want to have control over the fight. I want to have a strategy in order to control the fight. So when we're playing a game to win, compared to playing just to play, one is more in control and one is less in control. You feel me? And and the reason why we want to have clear, concise, and certain goals is because when we know why we want something, when we know our purpose, and when we know the value of these goals. I know why I want to achieve the goal. I know my purpose behind achieving this goal. And I know the value of what will happen if I achieve this goal. That allows us to be in more self-control. That is the certainty. That is the clarity. Knowing why. You feel me? The purpose. And value. And the value in it. The reason why I want to be financially free is because I want to end the legacy of poverty, of being poor, of being broke in my family. You feel me? That's the reason why. The goal is to achieve financial stability, financial freedom, financial literacy, financial security, financial management. That's the goal. The reason why, I gotta end this bad legacy. No more poor. No more poverty. No more being broke. And I don't want to just be the one with the money that people look up to, the breadwinner. I want to teach people in my family. I want to teach people how to be financially literate. I want to teach it. You feel me? I want to create a new legacy of prosperity, abundance. You feel me? Wealth. I want to create a new legacy and end this old legacy. So it's not just to live it in my life. I want the lives and the generations after me, the generations to come, to reap the benefits of this new legacy that I'm going to create. I want to teach it. And that's what I feel my purpose is. I know this is why I want to change the legacy, but my purpose personally, I feel, is to teach. I want to teach what I know to others to help themselves, to allow the info that I'm teaching to better themselves, better their lives, and help out their families, feed their families with this info. So when I become financially free, I want to teach it. I want to teach you how to be financially free. I know it. Get on it. That's how I feel. I feel like that is my purpose. My purpose is to teach. I love teaching. You feel me? And I value uplifting and healing. You feel me? I value uplifting myself. I value uplifting others. I value healing myself. I feel like our values are what we're hungry for. That's what I feel like. And I feel like our values is what we're hungry for, what we can't live without. You feel me? I can't live without uplifting myself. I can't live without it. I feel like as a man, there's so many things we go through, or just as a being, as a human, as a person, there's so many things that we're gonna go throughout life, and it's like we don't got no time to put ourselves down. We don't got time to stay on no level, stay stagnant. We gotta continually uplift ourselves. So I value uplifting. I value motivation. I value affirmations. I can't live without it. I can't live without uplifting myself. I can't live without lifting myself up and getting higher. And if anything going to slow me down, stop me, deter me, I can't allow it. I can't allow it to. You feel me? Because I value that, and I'm not going to, get to my goals without it. That's what I'm taking with me. So while I'm financially free, I'm always going to be uplifting myself and others. I'm always going to be healing myself so I can come correct to you. I'm always going to be focused on achieving a greater sense of self, because that is important to me, and that's what I don't want to forget ever. I want to always be able to remember my self-worth. I always want other people to remember that they are worthy and they can have it too, So that's what I value. And because I know I want these things, because I know I want to be financially secure, financially free, financially independent, financially free, financially literate, because I know I want these things, and because I know I want to create this legacy and help my family, and because I know I want to teach, and because I value uplifting myself and others and healing. I feel like that allows me to have more self-control. That allows me to think twice before I do anything that's going to take me off my path. You feel me? Because I'm feeling me. You feel me? And I hope you feel me. And that's what this affirmation is about. Practicing my purpose every day. Practicing my goals every day. Learning something new every day. Going forward every day. The more I learn, the more I can see. The more I learn about my goal, the clearer I can see it coming. The clearer I can see it becoming true. You feel me? So I'm just I'm becoming involved in so many aspects of financial literacy, as many as I can. I want to learn in so many ways about how to be financially literate, to the point where I can see it clearly. I can see it clearly coming. You feel me? And as I begin to see it clearly, I can begin to control how I approach it. I can begin to control how I create it. I can begin to control how I teach it. I can begin to control how I live my purpose. I can begin to control how I help my family. You feel me? And I think when we begin to be concise, precise, when we begin to hit things on the mark, hit things on the nail, be spot on, hit the target with our goals and how we see it, and our planning and our self-control, when we start hitting these things on the mark, when we start hitting these things on the nail, when we start hitting these things, right on the money, we'll be in much more control of how it plays out. And there's going to be so many things we can't control, of course. There's going to be different aspects and different forces and different, things that play a role in our path. Different things that plays a role in how things play out. But it's okay, because as long as we keep our eyes on the prize, as long as we keep our mind on the goal, it's always there. With that being said, if you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. The more certain and clear I make my goals, the better I am at practicing self-control. You feel me then? I'm Quindell Evans. Thank you for listening to the Blue Poet Tree podcast. Let's go.